Ja, heute ist Donnerstag, Tag 3 hier auf der Sun and Fun. Man sieht hier im Hintergrund, ich glaube, was sich gerade richtig gut verkauft, ist The Claw, so ein Abspannsystem für Flugzeuge. Es gibt nämlich hier eine amtliche Tornado-Warnung. Hier fegt gleich so eine dicke Front über Florida und hier bereiten sich gerade alle vor. Ich hoffe mal, dass die Flugzeuge, die hier rumstehen, gerade die ganzen Ultralights und Zelte hier nicht wegwehen und hier irgendwie Schaden entsteht. Aber ja, schauen wir mal. Bin gespannt. Ja, ein letztes Mal Hallo hier aus Lakeland von der Sun and Fun. Die Woche neigt sich langsam dem Ende zu. Die letzte Airshow für mich läuft hier jetzt gerade. Gleich kommt nochmal die Thunderbirds und ich habe heute mit meinem Freund George hier ein kleines Interview gemacht. Das möchte ich euch natürlich nicht vorenthalten, das kommt gleich auch noch im Anschluss. Ich hoffe, euch hat die kleine Serie hier von der Sun and Fun gefallen und ich konnte euch ein bisschen mitnehmen und euch teilhaben lassen an der meiner Meinung nach zweitcoolsten Airshow der Welt, gleich nach Oshkosh. Mal wieder schön hier zu sein und ja, viel Spaß beim letzten Video und für mich geht es dann gleich zurück Richtung Frankfurt, weil in 4 Tagen auch schon die Aero in Friedrichshafen losgeht und vielleicht sehe ich da ja den einen oder anderen von euch oder ich schaue es nochmal 1, 2, 3 kleine Videos zu machen. Also vielen Dank euch fürs Mitkommen und Zuschauen und bis bald. Okay, we're back at the Sun and Fun Airshow here in Lakeland, and I'm here with my very good friend, George De Waard. He's a 747 captain, former MD-11 captain, and an aviation enthusiast. It's very nice being with you again, my friend. How are you? Are you enjoying the airshow?
I'm loving the airshow. It's good to be here with you.
Great. So, I always wanted to do a podcast with you, because obviously back in the days, like, I don't know, when was it, like almost 10 years ago when we got to know each other, you were still flying on the MD-11 and you were phasing out those aircraft, and I was taking pictures of them in Mojave and in Victorville, and eventually came up with a book. So you opened up doors really for me. Thank you very much for that. Could you take us on a journey? How was it back then flying the MD-11 and phasing it out?
Yeah, there was one way very special, and the other way was very emotional. Sad to phase out such a beautiful airplane that I actually ended up flying almost 22 years in my flying career. So that was really something special. I always admired the 747 when I was a young little boy. And during my career, I actually fell in love with the MD-11. So I didn't expect that, but it was a wonderful airplane.
Nice. And then you're flying the 747 today, right? What are the major differences? I mean, it's the queen of the skies, right?
Yes, it is. Of course, it has one extra engine, so more reliability. But the biggest difference between the 74 and the MD-11 is that the 747 is very straightforward. The MD-11 is known to be able to bite you. It's in that way that's the biggest difference. You always have to be on top of your game flying the MD-11.
And what was your career like? So you started out flying the normal way, which would be in the US, getting your CFI and then getting some hours, and then what was the journey like?
Yeah, that's correct. I actually gave up a career that was destined to become a professional soccer player, and I was playing for Feyenoord, and I really enjoyed it. But there was this little thing in the back of my head that always wanted to fly, and I decided to make a change. And at the age of 20 years old, I flew to the United States and joined North American Institute of Aviation to become a professional pilot, and that was an incredible journey.
So how was the beginning after getting your commercial license and everything? How did you step into the job?
I was training in New Mexico for about a year, and after that I managed to find a job right away in California, Stockton. Was a flight instructor, and unfortunately the flight school went out of business after a few months, and I decided to travel south towards Los Angeles, which I made my new home for about the next 5 years. Was a
one of the best places on earth, right? Living in California and flying around there, it's aviation state.
Absolutely, I loved it. Was again flight instructor, teaching ab initio Japanese students how to become a pilot. They were destined to finding a career in Japan, All Nippon Airways, and it was lovely. Flew an incredible amount of hours every week. Teaching these young guys how to fly. I loved it. I managed to do this together with flying on a corporate jet Citation for a Part 91 investment company. I really enjoyed that a lot as well. And it gave me the good hours to apply for a job back home. And I managed to get a job with Martinair on the Boeing 767 at the age of 26. And that's really when my career took off.
Nice. And then you flew the 767 and then upgraded to captain on the MD-11 later on?
Correct. I flew the 76 for about 3 years as a first officer. And then I switched to the MD-11. Flew the MD-11 as a first officer for about 6 years, and then I moved from the right to the left seat on the MD-11, and did that till the year 2016, when an opportunity came to do an outside job, flying an MD-11 out of Dubai for Global Africa Cargo. They needed some help setting up the operation. And of course, with all my experience, I was able to assist them with that. So I did that for about a year, and then I flew MD-11 for Western Global Airlines in the United States, Part 121, as a captain, and flew to so many incredible destinations, which was fun.
You did have the chance earlier to go with KLM Cargo flying for Martin on the 747, but you wanted to stick to the MD-11, right? Because you really liked that airplane.
Yes, that's true. And eventually, even though I loved the MD-11, after so many years, you feel like you're up for a challenge again. And the 747 flying for KLM Cargo was that opportunity. So I couldn't say no to that. And 2019, I actually left the MD-11 for good. And since then, I've been flying the 747 also with an enormous amount of fun and enjoyment.
Yeah, there are some books which you made when phasing out the MD-11, which are really great. Will there be a future project when phasing out the 747? Is your heart beating high for that already?
Yeah, there's a lot of requests from the aviation world. A lot of aviation enthusiasts ask me that question all the time. They really enjoy the MD-11 book that I published in the year that was in around 2017 when the book came out. It was an enormous success. It sold out within half a year. And a lot of people are just anxiously hoping that I may do the same for the 747.
So do I.
And that gets me excited. And let's see what the future holds. I have talks with the management team within Martinair and KLM, and they're open for it. And let's see what the future holds. That would be a really amazing project, but which I would fully enjoy.
Nice. And you recently, recently is actually wrong. It's been some time, but you moved to Florida, right? So you work for an airline based out of Amsterdam, but you're living the dream. You live where other people go for vacation, like I do. So how does that work? Flying for an airline which is based in another country or on another continent?
That's true. KLM gave me the opportunity to live abroad, and it works out really well. We fly to Miami just about every day in the week, so the 747 goes in and out, and the scheduling department is really working with me, either starting my working period from Miami or finishing in Miami, which makes it very enjoyable. But officially I'm based in Amsterdam, but it's a workable situation, and yeah, it's like living on vacation in Florida.
Awesome. So many of the listeners of the podcast and maybe also on YouTube are wanting to become a commercial pilot these days, and we had this little chat that there are a lot of people who are a little bit struggling with getting in, and it sometimes takes a little more effort than just writing one application letter and then go into training with one airline and stay there for the rest of their life. So what is your advice for starting the flight training and pursuing a professional career in aviation?
Fortunately, the time to become a professional pilot is very positive at the moment. Airlines are in desperate need for new pilots, new hires. A lot of people are retiring, and airlines are expanding, and that's good. On the other hand, I do see a little bit of a difference between my generation and the new generation. My generation, we were finished flight school and we would go to every airport in the surrounding, just offering ourselves, giving our resume, and we just wanted to go out and fly. And it didn't matter what kind of airplane it was, as long as we would get airborne, build experience, build time, and get the hours required for the airlines. There's so many jobs out there: ferrying airplanes, towing, gliders, advertising, becoming a flight instructor. And I would just recommend them to enjoy that, because once you get into the airlines, of course, that's what everybody's aiming for. But it's nice to have this little bit of time where you get to enjoy general aviation, flying a Piper, a Cessna, maybe even a single engine turbine, twin engine turbine, and just make your way up to the airlines. Because once you're in the airlines, you know, of course,
you will probably stay there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And most of the people, they don't know that there are multiple ways of getting to the airline, right? So there are so many different jobs. As you said, you can ferry airplanes, you can do glider towing, you can do parachute dropping flights, and so it's always a fun beginning. And you actually told me that you feel like you missed out on flying turbine engines, which I
did.
did for quite a while before entering the airline cockpit. And you're right, it's great fun. It doesn't pay as much in the beginning, but once you get your hours, it does pay good money. And some people actually decide to stay there because it's much more fun. So yesterday I had Steve, people know him from Stevio Wankinivio on YouTube. He flies out of Miami Opa-locka Airport on the TBM, and he just decided to stay there and not even go to the airline. So
yeah, that's what you run into if you get these opportunities. And you may think like, I always admired and aimed for the airlines, but this is so much fun. I want to stay here. There's tons of guys that get into flying seaplanes and they love it and they stay there. Some have a career in flying corporate jets, wanting to build time for the airlines, but they like the lifestyle, they enjoy the airplanes, and they decide to stay in corporate aviation. So there's so many opportunities.
what are your future plans?
I have a little bit less than 2 years to go before mandatory retirement with KLM. At the moment, 58 is the time to hang up my wings in Europe. But I know myself, and I would miss flying a lot. And fortunately, I have the opportunity to pursue maybe a future career in the airlines in the United States. So maybe that's what I will aim for. Maybe sharing my experience with an American airline, or maybe I just want to go out there and teach the next generation to become professional pilots. Who knows? But I don't think it will end for me at the age of 58.
What is your favorite thing about being a commercial pilot?
Being able to fly to so many different continents, experiencing different cultures, languages, seeing the world, and that's something that is incredible.
Nice. So, George, I would like to thank you very much. Is there anything you would like to add? Maybe your Instagram channel or social media or something like that?
No, I want to give thanks to you, and it's very nice. I'm proud of you. I see how you changed your career as a successful air traffic controller, deciding to make the move to become a pilot, investing a lot of money, and now starting from scratch, and how you found a job on the Airbus.
It's always been the big dream. Like probably you were the same as a little boy and dreaming of that one day when you make it to the airlines, and then I probably feel the same like you did with Martin Air and the 767 back in the days.
I admire that. It's great. I love it, and I'll look forward to following your career, and I have a lot of respect for that.
Thank you very much, George. Always great spending time with you, and enjoy the rest of Sun and Fun.
Thank you very much, Sebastian.
Chesterfields, 'cause tonight is the night that we make it real. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. You better hold on to the leather and thread, 'cause we're gonna take off like a thoroughbred. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. Look at the stars, know they're shining bright. The moon is full, so it's a perfect night. Give me a kiss and close the door, 'cause the night is the night that we've been waiting for. Shine so bright. The moon is full and makes a perfect night. So come along and close the door, 'cause tonight is the night that we've been waiting for. Gonna take you for a drive in my brand new ride. Gonna take you for a drive in my brand new ride. Gonna take you in my brand new ride, 'cause I got it